is Rachel and I'm here to do a tag video for you tonight. I'm going to do the Unpopular Opinions book tag. So I'm excited because I feel like this always brings out some conversation, we'll put it that way, because you always mention something that somebody else really likes and you disagree, and it gives you a nice chance to discuss because maybe you can explain to me why some of these books are better than I think they are. So please don't get your feelings hurt if I mention some of your favorite series, but if you disagree, feel free to let me know down below. I love to hear everybody's thoughts, and again, it gives me something to think about, so let's jump in. The first question is a popular book or series that you don't like, and for me, I'm going to go with the series of Unfortunate Events. I hadn't read it when it came out. I just picked up the first book last month, and I did not like it. I thought it was creepy and weird, and I just didn't really like it. I don't think I'm going to continue on with the series because I really just did not like it. So yeah, sorry. The second question is a popular book or series that everyone else seems to hate, but you love. And for that, I'm going to go with the Wolves of Mercy Falls series, which is Shiver, Linger, and Forever by Maggie Stiefvater. I've heard a lot of people throw some shade on that series, and I love it. I know I'm not going to say it's like the best ever. I mean, it's not award-winning writing. It's definitely probably not her best either, but I still love it. It's so much fun. It's kind of like Twilight for me. It's, you go into it and you get what you expect out of it. You're not expecting award winners here. You're just in it for the fun and the romance and the writing and the world, So yeah, I love those. I love them so much. Number 3 is a love triangle where the main character ended up with the person you did not want them to end up with, or an OTP that you didn't like. Now, I'm not sure about this one. My first instinct was to go with the Hunger Games here, but I don't know. After reading the last book, I could not have been like, go Team Gale. But I just feel like I never was go Team PETA. I was a little bit in the last book, though, so I don't know. Hunger Games is kind of up in the air. I feel weird and sad both ways, so I don't know. But I can tell you one that's kind of like a obscure reference here, and that is Reese and Jane from the Face on the Milk Carton series by Caroline B. Cooney, and I remember loving this book, and I kind of liked their little romance when I was younger, but I read it, I think it was last year, I reread it, and it totally creeped me out. I don't like them together at all. He's kind of scary, and I don't like that romance at all, so I'm gonna nix them in my obsolete reference there. Next is a popular book genre that you hardly reach for, and for that I picked 2. Sci-fi, I really don't read much sci-fi at all. I read Illuminae, and that's about all the sci-fi stuff. I don't really get into the space aliens stuff. I just don't get into that. Like fantasy I'm okay with, but once you start getting into the sci-fi, it's a little, I don't know, you lose me. And the other one is Westerns. I have never read a Western. I'm not a Western kind of gal. Although I do have Vengeance Road, which is kind of Western-y, that I think sounds pretty good. So, never say never, but those are probably my 2 least read. Next is a popular or beloved character that you did not like. And for that, I'm going to go with another children's series, and that is Greg from Diary of a Wimpy Kid. This is another one that I had not read until this year. My students really, really love these books, though, and the movies looked so cute. So I'm like, I'm going to read it. And I just thought he was a little turd. I just did not like that character. In the movie, he comes across more as like, he does these awful things, but then he does seem to feel remorseful, but he does not come across remorseful at all in the books. He comes across as somebody who apologizes and shows remorse just when he feels like he needs to get what he wants. And I just think that's an awful role model and an awful person, and I don't like it. I didn't like it. I'm probably done with that series as well because it was just gross. Next is a popular author that you can't seem to get into, and for that, I'm going with Rainbow Rowell. I think that's how you say her name. I read like the first chapter or 2 of The Two People. What's the one with the 2 people? I read like the first 1 or 2, maybe 3 chapters of Eleanor and Park, and I just didn't like it. I put it down. I have no interest in picking it up again. And everybody's raving about her. I just feel like I'm missing something. I do have Fangirl because the description of that sounds like right up my alley, so I'm going to give that one a try eventually. But I don't know. I have no desire really to read the other books. I don't see it, so I don't know. Also, I'm going to throw in there any author that does like the always sad ones, like Nicholas Sparks. Like, what's wrong with you, man? Like, who messed you up as a kid to always be so awful to your characters? Like, no. Next is a popular book trope that you're tired of seeing. I don't know exactly of a trope that I'm tired of seeing. I think kind of like the dystopian with like the strong girl is getting a little old. Like kind of like Hunger Games and Divergent, it just seems like we got so many of them there for a while. I would also say like the regular guy finding this like crazy girl, like basically any John Green book. Like I just feel like that is just... Next is a popular series that you have no interest in reading. And for me, that is going to be the Lord of the Rings books. I just don't care. I don't care. I just don't. Another series that I think I'm going to skip the books is the Game of Thrones. I have the first book and I just cannot get into it. I cannot make myself read this book, and I just really want to watch the show. So I think I'm going to watch the first season and then decide if I'm going to read the books. But as of right now, I'm thinking I may not even read the books, which I know I can't believe I'm saying either, but I don't know. If you have an opinion on whether I should read the books or not, though, let me know down below, because I'm still kind of, thinking that one over. And last up is to name a movie that was actually better than the book, because, as readers, we all know it's usually the other way. And for that, I'm going to go with The Maze Runner. I think the Maze Runner movies are awesome. I haven't been too crazy about the books. They've been kind of for me, but I've really enjoyed watching the movie. So, yeah. And that is all for the Unpopular Opinions book tag. So, I would love to hear your thoughts on some of these things, but please be nice. And thank you for watching. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up. And if you haven't yet, go ahead and subscribe so you'll be notified when I post new videos. And that is all I have for you tonight. So have a wonderful, wonderful night, and I will see you again soon with another video. Bye for now.